Hello YouTube and welcome back to Neo Brawl. Today I am going over some of the finalised templates I have for Neo Brawl TCG, and here we have the back of the card. Now this is an interesting image because it's only made up of about two separate images and everything else is duplicated. So this will be the back of the card, and all it is just one clip art here that has been rotated again and again and again and again, and it works fairly well. This may change in the future, but at the moment I'm actually really happy with it, and that's why I'm using all this on YouTube, Facebook and Twitter as like icons. And the interesting thing is, if you haven't noticed already, but if you rotate this 90 degrees, it's actually like a wrestling belt, so that's the main reason for that design. However, it did start out slightly different with all this, the top bit not present, and it was just a circle, and then it ended up being like a trophy and without the ringlets here, and then it ended up just being a belt. So I was really happy with that. But yeah, let's get on to the main thing, and that is the new template for the cards. As you can see, this has changed a lot since last week. It's got here Cinnamon. That is the character who will be present on this card. I do have that character's artwork, but I'm not showing it off just yet. But his quote is "Prepare for the cinnamon roll," and I don't know why, but I always read that as like the three pigs in Shrek when they do the sausage roll. But this is Cinnamon, he does the cinnamon roll. I have no idea why, because he's not German, he's not supposed to be German, but yeah. Here we have, but what I can actually do is put the title back on. So the placeholder name at the moment for this character is Cinnamon. He is a level, this is different from last time. Last time I just rushed them in, but now it's, this is more official artwork that for what I'm keeping. We have 150 HP for a level 1, and he is a power class as well. So power class is depicted by red, and this bar here is the level of that character. So he is a level 1, which is a jobber, and if he was level 2 he would be a lot higher. So let me just see where my other bits are. There's some of the artwork, but I'm not actually going to go into that. So if this character was an aerial character, it would be blue on blue, and instead of the powerlifting we would have the wings as well. So that's how these character cards are going to swap up quite nicely actually. So you can easily look at it and be like, well, red's power, blue's aerial, and green is submission, which at the moment is just like this weird cog thing. Like this spanner. I'm not very happy with that at the moment, but that, well, I'm kind of happy with it. It kind of works. It's a free icon that you can just get online. So yeah, that is currently staying, and I'm warming to that. I can't really think of another icon I could use for submission at the moment. If you have any suggestions, please put them in the comments below, and I will take that into consideration. If this character, however, was a level 2, it could have, or a mid card, it would be about 200 HP, and then we would depict it being level 2 with this second pip, and a third one if it was a superstar. So all in all, I'm very happy with that. I've added the Japanese for Neo Brawl down the side here as well. I'm still keeping this image. I love this background. I'm going to have to buy it. I think I got it off Shutterstock. Or I found it on Google, and you can actually get it through Shutterstock. If so, I'm going to end up buying that because I really love it. I've added these little wings. They're just like random shapes, but it breaks up this image nicely. If I can just disable those, I don't know. For me, it works in a way that I just like the solid image broken up slightly. It's a bit more like a backstage pass sort of design now. I've also added like these these 5 little dots. They're just aesthetic. There's nothing going on with those. I just found them in these assets section on Affinity. So it's just these, I think. Oh no, it's not that. Definitely not that. But yeah, it's something on here I found. I don't think it's these. Yeah, it's these. I've just put in, vertical instead of horizontal, and that kind of works. I don't know whether to colour code them for if it's a good guy or a bad guy. That's one of the things I'm debating at the moment. I did put these like little smiley faces, angry faces down in the bottom corner to like signify if that person or that character is a baby face or a heel, good guy or bad guy. But yeah, I was just messing around with that. We have the prepare for the cinnamon roll. Oh, that's terrible. In this box here, so I've decided to go with quotes over wrestling stats at the moment. The box itself stays the same because the character Cinnamon is that name's got to change. It is a fairly bad name. He is a power class, so we'll just return him to his power class roots. And he is level 1, isn't he? So because he is level 1, he actually gets an ability over a move. So his ability is absorb 10 damage every turn, which is quite powerful because there are some moves that do 10 damage and you're negating damage from yourself, which is always good. And then his second move is a vertical suplex. Now this costs 1 Neo-Chi, 1 skill point, 1 resource in order to perform, and then that will do 50 damage. I've got one of these punch out triangle-y things down the bottom here as well, and NB1-12 is the character number. So Neo Brawl set 1, card number 12 for Cinnamon. So that is the... I've also got the Japanese writing as well behind the text. There's something about that which just... I don't know, I just really like it, so I've ended up keeping that in. And it just looks... it just breaks up that image, or that white box, pretty well with the text as well. So that's really cool. I'm very happy with this design now. I'm just like, as soon as I click that image, you get a picture of the guy up, and that's... It's exciting times. It's exciting times. So along with Cinnamon and these cards, which are the wrestler cards, we have our move cards. So I don't think I've gone into too much detail about the moves, but along with the wrestlers, you have moves. So you play a move card. So this move, a lockup, would do 10 damage to your opponent. The best thing about lockup, because it is a very low attack. Now, if someone was to play this attack on Cinnamon, it wouldn't cause any damage because he would absorb that 10 damage. But this is chained momentum, so you get to play a second move. So an example of that would be, you play this move, it does 10 damage, but I get to play a second move as well, say a headbutt, which would then be 20 damage. So that will give a total of 30 damage to a character, which is a very cool thing. But chain momentums... it doesn't have to be a low-level move. You could do a chain momentum with a special or a signature card. And signature cards, they do 50 damage, so you're doing a total of 60 damage. So you can combine cards as well. However, unless the card states, you can only play one move per turn. And as for design, these cards, again, are very similar to the wrestler card. However, it doesn't have the HP and class. And we've just broken it up a little down here. It does, however, there are certain moves which are class specific. If so, what we'd end up doing is activating, and it's not on this one at the moment, but what we would do is take this here, so we'll just copy that over and paste. We can disable, we'll need power, disable HP number, disable that, and then disable that. So that's how the card would look if it was for a specific class. Again, very simple, very easy to read. This game, it's what I wanted. I wanted to create a game that's simple to understand. The rules aren't complicated. Basically, you play one promo card a turn, you play one move card a turn if you want. If not, you kind of forfeit your round. We'll start in order. At the start of the round, you draw a card. You can then play a promo card, use its effects, or then play your move, in this case, which would be the lockup, and then it's your opponent's turn. Before your opponent's turn, however, they get the chance to block or counter if they have those cards available. If not, they take the damage. And then finally for today, we have the promo card. Now, this card is not up to much at the moment. I still need to sort out what sort of artwork I'm having here. And one thing I just noticed, I haven't transferred these over. So we have the promo card. This one's called Fan Support, and its promo cards are depicted by a pink top line, moves pale blue or kind of duck egg colour. Certain moves as well. This colour would change. So if it's a signature move, this will be yellow. If it's a specialist move, it will be red. And then if it's a finishing move, it will be black, and the card might be white, but I'm still working on that yet. But yes, back to the promo. So those are depicted by pink, and we have the name of the promo, so this one would be Fan Support, and your next attack does 10 damage extra, well, an extra 10 damage plus 10 damage. So we'll take that. So if we were actually in a game, this is the cool thing. I didn't actually play it like this in this video, but if you're in a game, you could do your next. You would play this card first. Your next attack does 10 damage. Okay, brilliant. So you play Lockup. Now that does 20 damage, and you get to play a second move. So, for argument's sake, I'm going down the list. Yeah, we'll do a neck breaker. You know, it's a fairly sought after move. And a neck breaker does 30. So with our plus 10, we have 20 on this move. Then we get to play a second move which does 30. So we've done 50 damage, but it has cost us a couple of cards. But that's the best thing. Unlike other games where you need to find those resources in order to play one move, you get a lot of free moves. I think there's about 40 or 50 move cards which are free to use. Now, some wrestlers as well have a free move one, so they would be able to do a free move. Even if you didn't have the cards in your hand, you'd still be able to cause damage to your opponent. I will do a video on the rules and game setup and everything later on. Not sure when that will be yet, but hopefully the next video may be artwork coming back. Well, we have artwork. It's down here, but when I'm happy with the card layout and everything else, I will do a video on that character as well. Like I said, I still don't know if I'm going to call this character Cinnamon. It's just an amusing name at the moment, and I just like the cinnamon roll, which is very cool. But these are the finalised designs of the back of the card, the wrestler card, the lockup move card, and the promo card. Art as well is still pending. This is going to be the main cost of the game, is actually getting the artwork for a lockup. So I'm going to ask my artists, after they've done the first lot of characters, to have like two lucha characters maybe wrestling and in a lockup, one red, one blue, and that will depict the lockup art as well. And as for promo art, I'm still not sure what I'm going to do with that yet. But when I do know what's going on there, I will be sure to let you know as well. If you have any questions, drop a comment down below, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one.